This watch is big, but I kind of like it. Wish I got my hands on the 39mm though. Welcome back to the channel, all you watch heroes and nerds. And today, well, we're going to take a look at the Germans again. Yes, I've managed to get my grubby little mitts on a Laco, and it is a classic Type A Flieger with a small seconds hand from this well-known brand. Now, the brand in question today, Laco, have been around since 1925 and is famous, or well, maybe infamous, for being one of the 5 brands that supplied the Luftwaffe in World War II. Regardless of what you think about them, historical connotations aside, Laco is a brand that are well respected in the marketplace today, and their prices haven't become astronomical. You can still pick up a Laco watch for as little as £290, but if you do want to go for the more, well, better spec versions of the watches, let's say, they can balloon out to be a little more expensive. This watch, for example, is £1,690, but there is a good reason for this one, I absolutely promise. Now today I have the ULM Classic Type A Flieger with a small seconds hand. This comes in at both 39 and 42.5mm. My preference would actually have been for the 39mm, but today I have the 42.5mm, and the larger look aside, this seems to be a nice looking, well-made watch in my opinion. Honestly, I don't know why you'd want to get an IWC with the likes of Laco and Stoa are available. By the way, if you are interested in this watch, I will leave affiliate links to them in the description below. I'll also leave affiliate links to a suite of different Laco models that start at the £290 and go all the way up to the more expensive models as well, so you can see the full range and make an informed decision. Now, affiliate links do help the channel out, so if you can click on them, it would be much appreciated. It won't cost you any extra. All it means is I get a tiny kickback for every sale that you make. Now that we're clear, let's have a look at this watch. Alright you nerds, I'm going to do the specs for the one I physically have today. The 39mm is obviously a much smaller watch and will wear better, so please do keep that in mind. However, I don't have it on hand today, so I'm not going to go through the specifications for that. It will closely match apart from the sizings of the case, and I'm not going to do that because I don't have it in my hands and, well, I'm lazy. So we have the following: a 42.5mm in diameter with that easy to use swirly crown. You also have a 49.2mm lug to lug, but a bit of a downturn from the lugs as well, which is nice, and to make it wear better than you actually think. And finally, we have 22mm at the lugs and a thickness of just 10.8mm. And it is pretty thin thanks to the watch's beautiful party piece, the lovely ETA 6498-2. It has a display case back, so you can see that movement on full display. It is absolutely beautiful, it is a thing of beauty, and it is a pocket watch movement. It beats at 21,600 vibes per hour and is a 3 Hz movement. It has 17 joules. Fortunately, it doesn't hack. Of course, it hang winds. It is a manual movement. But even though it's not an automatic, it has a 53-hour power reserve. So, you know, get over it. Aside from that, the movement has 100 meters of water resistant sapphire crystal front and back, and a pretty decent loom. It's C3 old radium style loom. So if you're into that, then fill your boots. So now this is my first Type A Flieger. Well, my first Type A Flieger from a watch that is actually from that time period. I have done an Adidas dive version from AliExpress, which I did quite like, but it's not authentic. This is my first authentic Flieger from a brand from that time period. So this is a pretty decent watch in my opinion. Yes, I've actually done the Sin as well a few weeks ago, but that was a chronograph version. But I have to say, this watch, yeah, I really like it. I love a tall watch, as you all know, and this watch feels well made, like it's something that's meant to come along for the ride with you and be with you through thick and thin. If this watch was a long-term prospect for me, I would absolutely go for the 39mm over the 42.5mm. I just think it's going to be a better wearing experience for the majority of people watching this channel, and myself included. If you have bigger wrists or if you like a bigger watch, go for the 42mm. I'm not your mum. Go for that one if you want. As you can see on my 7¼ inch wrist, yeah, it's a big boy, but it doesn't look terrible, does it? It's definitely on the manageable side, but the 42.5mm, as I mentioned before, just doesn't really do it for me. I think you can feel almost every single millimeter of it. In fact, I felt it, so I think you would as well. As usual, I'm impressed with the Germans. I think I need to get a couple more Lacos into the mix so I can have a look at them. Let me know what models you'd like me to look at, leave them in the comments below, and I'll start looking through their catalogue and see what I can find. So there we go, the Laco ULM. Definitely a top tier movement in my opinion, and the watch is well made, it's historically important, and Laco, I believe, are going to be 100 years old next year, so they should be celebrating their centenary, and I'll be interested to see what models they bring out to celebrate that. That'd be quite interesting to see. So again, if you want to look at some of these watches, and I suggest you give them a look, the affiliate links will be in the description below. I'm going to start off with the cheaper end of the range in the description, and it's going to go up to the more expensive end of the range as well. So you've got quite a few watches to look at and choose from multiple different sources as well. But with Laco having that price range, it's really good because it means that no matter your wallet size, you will have or be able to find something that will suit you from Laco at that budget if you're into these kinds of watches. Rightio, take care, watch heroes, and I'll see you all in a future video.